Hey guys, so we're back again. There should be no glitches now. I've tested it. Any glitches that is happening should be not on me, basically. So thank you for your patience. I wanted to make sure there was no challenges or problems. So do me a favor, share again, and we'll make sure that we can get everything going and get everything moving. So do me a favor, share, subscribe if you're on YouTube, and I'm gonna give you a few minutes just to get on. I see the numbers coming up, so this is great. And yeah, man, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. So do me a favor and share. And yeah, we're gonna get through this. And do me a favor, comment again. I know I said it before, but comment again where you are from so I can see. I missed some of them as well, so I'm gonna make sure that we do that. And so I'm gonna wait till so that I know we're good to go. We are good to go. I love it. Yes. I see it, South Norwood. This is great. This is great. All right, we're almost at the number that I had. So yeah, this is gonna be cool. I'm excited. So I'm just making sure everyone's got the link that they want and they need. Be happening. My end is good. It's working. Decipher if it's you or if it's me because it doesn't feel like it. So let me check something real quick. All right, guys, this should be better. There's no way it could be freezing now because I'm literally on my data. So if it's freezing, it's your phone. It's your phone because it's definitely not me now. I've taken it off the Wi-Fi. It's on my data. So hopefully this is better. I see there's people coming around. All right, cool. Hopefully you guys feel that this is better. So as I said, if it's your first time coming to Quarantine Talk, this is just literally us talking about things that have happened during quarantine. And today's is special for me because I really wanted to talk about something to do with self-image, and I was having a conversation with my best friend, and we was having a dialogue about image and just how we perceive ourselves and things of that nature. And so everyone's saying me it's not freezing now, thumbs up, great. So yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to have a dialogue about how we see ourselves, how we view ourselves. You know, a lot of us are now not wearing makeup, for those who wear makeup often. And like, this is quite, actually, I'll get into that in a minute because I want to introduce my guest when I say this. But anyway, I was kind of like, I really want to talk about image, how we perceive ourselves, and talk with someone who does makeup. And I was talking, and then yeah, they were like, oh, why don't you get the girl that did your makeup from the shoot? And because they didn't know her well. And I was like, oh yeah, let me ask her. So I asked her, and she was really gracious enough to come and do this with me. And so I'm really excited about sharing with you guys my guest for today. And that is that of Queen Hadassah. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Excited to be here.
I'm so excited for you to be on this. So guys, I told her I said I was gonna say this. I'm gonna probably butcher this because so just to give you a bit of context, I actually have known Esther since I was in school, believe it or not. And that's why I call her Esther. We went to the same secondary school. We went to Archbishop Tennyson's. And like, yeah, I've known her most of my school life. So
literally, I was like the year above. I was like 1 year above.
Yeah, you were in year 8 when I was in year 7. And she used to like literally hang around with someone I knew from before I came to school. Some of you guys who know me know her, Sherelle Coleman. And like, they were literally running around the corridors and stuff.
We were a mess in school, me and Sherelle.
No, you're right. Like, they were just, to me, my memories were like, they were just kind of goofy. That was cool. I was goofy, so it kind of worked. But I just think it's so cool how, you know, we've evolved, and, you know, you're doing amazing stuff in the community when it comes to makeup. And if you guys have not checked her out, go and check her out, because there's some people that may not know who you are, so I don't want to assume everyone does. But if you haven't, go check her out on social media. I think it's The Queen Hadassah. Make sure you do that. It's actually insane. So much stuff she's done. And I'm so like happy for her and like proud to see all that what is done.
I love you, Pastor Juanita.
So yeah, like, she's amazing. And it's so funny. I was like, God, she needs to do my makeup one day. And I tried to get her for my All Out worship. That didn't work out. And then I had a shoot, and I was like, please let her be free, Lord, please. And she was, and she killed my makeup. So all those who are loving my pictures, like, even if you see, you know, the picture, I'm like, in fact, I'll show you. Because yeah, I can. So I'm gonna show you. So that face you see there, she did that. Killed it, annihilated it. Yeah, it's amazing. But it's just always great as well to connect with someone. And she's a Christian, guys. It's even better. So, you know, makes the experience a lot more funner. But yeah, like, I wanted to do this whole do our face and have an image talk. But before we even do our face, just for those who are hearing about you for the first time, tell us a bit about yourself.
Oh gosh, I hate this question so much.
Oh, sorry.
Why?
Like, literally your name, where you're born and raised, and just like current dynamic, I guess.
Yeah, so my name's Esther. So that's why you probably hear Juanita calling me Esther throughout the thing. But my real name is Esther. I'm a full-time makeup artist. I like to think that I'm 21 years old, but 21 plus 8 is fine. And yeah, so what else about me? So yeah, I'm full-time makeup at the moment. It's kind of in a strange limbo because quarantine has kind of made me a little bit unemployed, but that's fine. God is in control.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what else would I say about myself? I would say that I am a mental health advocate as well. And yeah, born and raised in London.
Thank you. No,
sorry.
No, it's cool. So like, I think, you know, quarantine has hit, like, and this whole COVID-19 has hit us all in different ways. Like, and I think you had something, a load of people that are in that space of having a job like I spoke about this on my first quarantine talk about, you know, I'm an itinerant speaker, and to not be able to travel, I like that second week, all my engagements for the year literally cancelled. Like, I hated seeing emails for the first few weeks. I was like, everything is cancelled. And you know, like, how have you been doing it? Before we get onto like the whole facing, like, how have you been handling just the transition? Like, has it been good? Have you had bad days? Have you had, you know, great? Like, where's your emotions? Does it fluctuate?
I think, like, in the beginning, I was like, yep, I'm going to get so much stuff done. I have all these new ideas. And then, like, somewhere in the middle, I had, like, a bit of a crash.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing with my life? My husband was probably thinking this girl is crazy, because I was literally crying, like, for, like, 2 days. What is going on? And then now, you know, I think the more I spend time in God's presence, and just, I think this time is really great, because when everything stops, I feel like you hear God louder than ever. And I feel like for me, it's just, you know, been building that, you know, it's about building that intimacy and just finding out what God wants from me, you know, now, and what he wants from me to come. And just, yeah, so at the moment, it's, you know, it's been a time of reflection and doing the things that God has told me to do a very long time ago, that I've been using the excuse of, oh, but I'm really busy.
Right. I think we all do that. Like, I've literally been
like, in a headlock now, like, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Right. So yeah, that's
cool.
Me.
Okay. Me, I had, so the first few weeks was like really interesting, because I came straight off a flight, and then I watched the news, and we were in lockdown. Like, we heard it over while I was in Canada, so I was hearing it over the news. At the point where I was like, oh my God, am I going to be able to go home? That was my first thought. Then I got home, and literally by the weekend, it was like, that's it, shut down. And I was like, man, if I'd known, I would have not taken that day to sleep. I would have gone and saw everyone. The first few days I was fine, because I was exhausted from the trip. So I was like, great, I can sleep, I can recover. And then everything started literally happening from my house. Like, so those who don't know, my dad's a bishop. And so he literally runs a church with my mum. And everything started happening from my house. Like, all the lives, all the church, everything, worship. And like, at first we had pre-recorded stuff, so it was really kind of chill. But then when the pre-recordings ran out, it was like, we need to go live from the house. And I literally turned into a tech. I turned into timekeeper. I turned into like all of the everything. And I was like, take me out of here. And yeah, I've gotten better into a bit of a rhythm now, because things have kind of started to get a bit of a routine. But then first, I literally was crying every day. I was like, why is this happening to me? I hate everything ever again. Like, as if I could change that. But it was literally like, oh. But I mean, it's happening to everyone. So I really had to just kind of find a bit of a rhythm. And I will say, I have to shout out all my amazing friends who literally just like send me funny things and check on me and make sure that I'm okay. Because boy, it would have been a lot of things. But yeah, I'm doing a lot better. Yeah, money, that was a bit tough for me. Because like I said, I'm itinerant, so it was a bit like, man, like, but it has taught me a lesson. And I think different streams of income is really important for me coming out of it. Because I don't like the idea of relying on one income anymore. Like, that is the biggest message I've learned, is that. And I was in the process of creating another stream of income, but I've had to hurry it up. Let's just put it that way. So
100%, 150%, mate. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna start. So I know everyone's like, "Hello, can you do your makeup, please?" So the first thing I want to do, I know, right? Before we like start literally doing our makeup, I wanted to say, and I said I wanted to say this for you here. Like, one of the biggest things for me, this has been a really big deliverance for me, is going live with like no makeup, like nothing on my face. Some people find that really hard. I don't know if you ever had that stage. Like, I remember there was a point where I was wearing makeup all the time, and I know some people say to me, "Why, Juanita, you've got really good skin," and I've heard that a lot. And I don't know, I just felt really plain, and I think there was a point where I just got really comfortable hiding behind makeup. And I really struggled to wear my actual skin. And I'll be honest, even today, I was really upset because I had 2 pimples that showed up this week on my cheek. And I was like, you are kidding me.
I see nothing on your face.
No, look. Can you see them? Look. There and there. But basically, I never have pimples on my face up until like a certain time. And it would happen this week. Literally this week, my face decided that it was going to give me a pimple, knowing good and well that I was going live with no makeup. So I don't know, for all the viewers out there, guys, if you've ever had that feeling of like, oh my gosh, I don't like going out with makeup. Would you ever go live like this with nothing on your face? How would you feel? How do you feel like not wearing makeup?
Do you know what? It's so funny because I feel like there's like two Esthers, and like the real Esther, this is me all the time, like pretty much all the time. But like, on Instagram, I'll post like makeup looks and stuff, so you'll see me with my face on. But like in real life, I kind of walk around like this a lot, to the point where I can arrive at jobs and people are like, "Who are you?" And so I'm just like, just me. I'm the makeup artist, and they're like, "Okay." But I'm just like, but it took me a very, very, very long time to get to this point. I used to be so, and for I worked at MAC for about 5 years, and when I was there, we had to wear makeup every single day to work. So when I was very dependent on it. Like for me, what was me going out of the house without makeup? That didn't even exist. And then I think when I left, I really struggled with my self-esteem. I was like, it took me a long time to like my face without makeup on it. I definitely thought I was ugly for a long time. I definitely had those feelings. But I think, I just started, I did this thing for 3 months where I decided not to wear a drop of makeup. And that was to kind of just build myself up and try and like myself without makeup. And after that, I was kind of okay, but it wasn't easy.
I like that. So there's a practical solution, guys. If you struggle with that, maybe try not wearing makeup for a few months. And
I mean, like, go to church, no makeup.
No, I did that. You know what? I was fine. I used to not wear makeup in the week. And then this one day, I didn't get to do my face, and I was going to like miss my ride to church. And I'll never forget it. And this is before I started driving and have my own car. And I was like, okay, I'm going to like just do it when I get to church. And I walked in and everyone was like, oh, you're right. And I was like, yeah. And then like other people kept coming up to me and was like, oh my God, are you sick? And I was like, oh my God. And so I was like, I vowed from that day, I will never not come to church with no makeup. And then I had to do that because it was like, and so guys, if you're out there, be careful what you tell people, because like, you don't know how it affects people. Like for me, it was like really hard to kind of get over that because I felt like my face made me look sick.
The worst one's like, are you tired?
I have really heavy under eyes. I get it from my mum. We have like natural, like even without being tired, I get like a natural crease under my eye. So people just automatically go, oh my God, are you tired? And it's like, no.
I had 10 hours sleep last night. I'm like,
why?
This is just my face, okay? It's my face.
It's my face. Sorry, don't like it. But yeah, I see people saying like comments. They're saying like they put on makeup first time over the month yesterday. So I hear that like we're not having to wear makeup. This one says about makeup, I feel naked. I don't feel confident. So hopefully, guys, we're giving you some tips and stuff like that. So we're gonna start doing our face now. And we're just going to have like a real conversation as we're doing our face about image and how we see each other. So for me, the journey, like what I did to really kind of believe in my skin and my self-image, I started to literally tell myself I was beautiful every day. And I was really hard. But what I did is I looked in the mirror every morning and said, you are beautiful. And I remember like the first few times, I just started crying. Like it was terrible. You're beautiful. And literally start crying. And it took, I think by the third day I was like, okay, cool, like okay, I am beautiful. And I started to kind of believe it. And what so are you doing
right now? You're just going ahead of me.
Primer on.
You're being a makeup cheat.
Am I? Sorry. Why
primer.
Yeah.
What primer do you use?
So I went to Nashville. I was with my mentor Miranda Curtis, and she was telling me about basically this primer, and because literally my makeup did not move, like I felt like my face was, and it's called Meron Makeup Skin Prep.
I have that.
It's like insane.
I have that.
Like it's the only thing I can wear on a Super Sunday, and my skin does not move. Like my makeup doesn't move. anyone who knows, on a Super Sunday, we literally we sweat our life away, and it just really helps to kind of keep everything in place. I don't really know why I'm using it, to be fair, because I'm not going anywhere.
Where are you going? Actually, to be honest, where are you going?
I was like, it was only when you told me what are you using, I thought, Juanita. But because I'm so used to the routine of doing it.
Yeah.
So
it dries out your face and like.
Yeah, it literally, and I've got oily skin, so my T-zone is really oily. Start pinning some of the comments if you can hear me. I'm talking about Amon, guys, so that she can pin the comments, because I'm not going to do my face and pin comments. So, but yeah, what I will say though, in doing routine, one thing I've had to learn is to be really adjustable with my makeup, because like I'll meet people or other makeup artists, and I've lost Hadassah. Okay.
There you are. Okay.
She's back. But yeah, like I've learned, like I'll be like really stuck on terms of, they're telling us to slow down. Okay, sorry guys, we're using primer. So we put the primer on your face. By the way, this is not a makeup tutorial. I hope you guys know. What's that one?
Revlon Photo Ready Primer.
Okay.
It's a cheap one. I'm only using it because my expensive primer today, we're not going anywhere. But
and I was the numpty who used her expensive one. So don't follow me, follow her.
But usually I would use this lip. Okay.
Someone's saying, can I put products up? So this is what we're gonna do. After this, I'm gonna re-edit the video and we'll put our products list on the oh gosh, I've forgotten the name of it. The info box, so you can see what we used and do accordingly. But again, like obviously she said that you've got to understand that we're using some products differently because we're at home and going nowhere. So yeah, but she'll put what she normally uses so that you can kind of get that and I'll get that and we can go from there. But yeah, so like I was saying, like routine, I had to learn like to be really adjustable, because for me, like I would see other artists, makeup artists doing that. What's that?
My foundation.
So do you do your foundation first?
Yeah, I do things backwards.
Okay. Why do you do your foundation first?
I do my foundation, then I jump to eyes.
Okay.
And then I go back to the base.
Okay.
But it's only the reason I do that is because of how I do my eyebrows.
Okay.
What do you start with?
I start with my eyebrows because that's what I was first taught, was to do my eyebrows. But yeah, like I don't really know that there's. I guess one makeup artist told me that there's no real correct way of doing things.
No.
Okay, so look at that, guys. There's no correct way of doing things, and I think that kind of looks actually to real life, like how everyone's life is so different. Like you can't assume that we're all the same, or what works for one works for another. And I think it's so easy to, like, for me, I could look at you doing your makeup and be like, she's a makeup artist, she must know what she's doing. I need to do my eyebrows first, and then do my foundation first, and then I do my foundation first, and my makeup just looks terrible because I'm not used to doing that. Do you know what I mean? I think it's so important that we have to kind of stay true to ourselves.
Yep, who we are, 150%. Because you can follow someone else's routine and like follow someone else's way, and it's nowhere near as great as it would have been if you did it your own way. Everyone is unique. And that's the beauty.
I agree. So what's really weird as well about like my routine has changed a little bit. So, you know, I don't really know how to thread my eyebrows. So I literally don't have threaded eyebrows right now. I know it looks like I do, but I don't. And what's really quite interesting is my makeup routine has changed somewhat, because I now like have to conceal first because I can't find my eyebrow line as much as I used to. Because I'm really like so used to having threaded eyebrows. And so like it's been really hard to like do my eyebrows because I'll be like, oh my god, there's so much hair.
I've been so naughty. Like, I've been using hair removal cream, which is so bad.
Right.
I literally like mixed. I put it on like as if I'm putting like concealer. Like, you know what you're doing right now?
Right.
I do that with my hair removal cream and then wipe it off.
I might try that, guys. So she's doing hair removal to get her eyebrows back. I think I might have to considerably try that, because when I tell you, doing my eyebrows has been a myth. Like, I have to conceal it like twice now. So I conceal it just to find the shape, and then I conceal it again.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing. But I think what's so interesting, like you said you started with foundation, and I was thinking about this and I was praying about this live, because like I said, it's not just us doing our faces, guys, and you know, things of that nature, but also just looking at how does this affect our actual lives. And you know, you started to say that you do your foundation first, and I think it's so important to have a foundation at the end of the day. Yeah. In our walk, in our life, like what would you like, how important is foundation for you in terms of your walk and your life?
150%. Like my foundation is God. God is my solid rock, and my solid rock and my foundation. And right. You know, I was just so, you know, I've had kind of like an interesting relationship, because like you, my parents are both pastors. And growing up, can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, sorry. Growing up, I kind of lived my salvation through them, almost, where it was like, oh, my parents have got it, so I'm a Christian too. And basically, I had no foundation, and I feel like it made my life quite turbulent. So I didn't really know where I was going, what I was doing, or I wasn't hearing God for myself. So I was a lost kitten in the world.
Oh, kitten.
a lost little kitten in the world. And I just feel like when I really started to, you know, put my foundation in Christ and make him my foundation, and I pulled down the old house and started to build up again, but with Christ as my foundation, then I felt like I feel more secure in who I am. I feel more secure in where I'm going. I feel more just in general. It's just important to have that strong foundation. Your foundation can't be in anything but him.
Absolutely. I can definitely, guys, I know you guys are asking what foundation we're using. I want to kind of reiterate. We're going to put a list of all the stuff we've used for today. You can tell them there, but I know, because otherwise we're going to like stop the flow of the convo and literally be like, oh, I'm using this pencil and I'm using this. So I want to make sure we're all cool. We're going to put a list. I promise you, we'll put a list of all the makeup we use to do our makeup, all the makeup we use, all the different parts of the makeup that we use, whether it be foundation, all of that. We'll put a list of that so you can have it in the bottom.
That out before, just say that.
Let's do that. We'll do that so that you guys have it. But I just wanted to make sure so you guys cool. But we've got, okay, Grace is saying she uses hair removal and tweezers. They're saving her too. Okay, cool.
I'm not alone.
I'm not alone. I'm just late. Grace, you're wrong, you know, because you actually know me and you could have told me.
So quickly, I always okay. So what I did was I put my base on all over. I look very right now. I look like I've been dipped in foundation, but it's fine. And I use a soap, and I'm using Pear's soap. And so first, I put the foundation all over my eyebrows. The reason why I did that, I don't know if you can see it because my camera's way. Yeah. I did that is because I like my eyebrows to be light. I don't like my eyebrows to be dark. So I put foundation throughout my eyebrows.
How do you guys get that look? Mad. Okay.
Some people actually bleach their eyebrows, but I don't. I just... And then I brush soap through it. So this is a soap called Pears. And then I just like wet it. And then I use like a spoolie brush. And then I just, I brush it through just to keep them in place.
Right. So I use for that, I use this 24-hour brow set, and it's from Benefit. And that's what I keep it. So, but she uses soap. Imagine, why am I buying all these products?
So I'm sure it's like £2 or something like that. And this ain't finishing anytime soon. Like,
right. So guys, I'm gonna tell you straight off the back. What I'm going to do is going to book myself a session, and I'm just gonna say, here's the money, buy me the makeup I need, all the products, and just ship it to my house so I can stop buying unnecessary stuff. Because I have this problem, and this is such a really good thing about foundation for me is when I meet a new makeup artist, they'll be like, oh, I do this and I do this. And because I love my face, I'll go, oh my God, I'm going to go and buy it. And I buy like a whole bunch of makeup. Like, it's so bad. If someone was to come to my house, you'd think I was a makeup artist because I have so much makeup that I don't use because it's just based on whoever the last person did my makeup. And that's so important, like not to be that like swayed, because I clearly am. Because anyone that does makeup, I would just be like, oh, is this what you do?
I buy that too.
Yeah, and the thing is, because I'm the one doing my makeup, it don't have the same results all the time.
It's the hands.
It really is. It really is. Like, it's nowhere near the same. Can I just talk about how quickly she's getting through her makeup and how slow I am? So clearly we've learned Juanita can't talk and do makeup.
But I look crazy at the moment. People are probably thinking, wow, she just looks orange and just mad.
No, I promise you. I think they will know that you're a makeup artist, and that the fact that obviously you're doing your face, that should say enough. Like, it's gonna come out great, probably better. But yeah. Apparently people saying they've been doing it for years. Like Grace says she's been doing the whole hair removal for years.
Really?
That's what she said. She's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can see that. But yeah, okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm late to the game, innit? That's all I've got to say. It's late to the game.
Can you see them?
Yeah. I've been trying to work out how people do that, but now I know. All right, prime example, guys. Like, I used to do this all the time. This is Black Opal. I went to a makeup artist. She killed my face with Black Opal. I went and bought it. Tried to do it myself. Epic fail. Epic.
Like,
it was actually the most hilarious thing ever. I was like, Juanita, we're gonna learn to stop doing this to ourselves because it doesn't work for you. So I use NARS. NARS is my go-to makeup. Again, it's my go-to makeup because for foundation, because the coverage and.
What one do you use?
This is natural longwear. This is longwear.
Yeah.
So I use this again. Most of my makeup is going to always be like longwear or something of that nature because I do a lot of TV, things in front of a camera, things that like, yeah, where people got HD cameras and can make you look crazy. So that's what I normally do. I'm gonna mix it though because my skin has gotten lighter, so I've actually been taking care of my face, and I think, I don't know, because I'm inside, maybe I'm not seeing any sun, so I have to kind of mix it a little bit, and I mix it with the NC50 MAC, just so that I can get a bit of lightness, because I don't want to look like 2 shades darker, basically. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. But yeah, multitasking is clearly, the crazy thing is I can multitask because I've been on the phone doing it, but I think it's because it's like we're talking about actual stuff, and yeah, so it's like literally.
My lighting is not good at the moment. 1 second. It's a bit too bright. Ooh!
So I'll just, while she's putting her lighting together, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you guys are doing your face and not just leaving us to do our face by ourselves. But yeah, this is a new norm for me because I've never done my face live. And I want you guys, if you are doing your face live with us, I want you guys to take a picture of your face, literally, so we can see your face at the end. So if you are doing your face, I want you to take a picture of your face and tag us in, so we can see it. Do I have a ring light? Yeah, I do have a ring light. It's behind the laptop. So yeah.
What I should have used was my ring light. I don't have my ring light today. I'm using another one. But for my ring light is so much better.
Yeah, this was the crazy thing is though, believe it or not, I don't even use my ring light to actually do my makeup. I use natural daylight. But I think I will start doing that because I have it. So why don't I?
I'm gonna do my eyes.
You're doing your eyes now. So I just want to put a disclaimer. She's gonna kill her eyes. Juanita Francis, if you've ever seen my makeup done by me, does not do her eyes ever, really. I think I've done my eyes once or twice. Yeah, because it takes a lot of effort. And on my...
I'll show you something so quick, so easy.
Okay. So she's going to show me something, and then I'm going to...
It's so easy.
But yeah, I normally don't do my eyes. I'll normally just put like a color on the background of my eyes, and then that's it, kind of thing. Yeah, and that's it. Literally.
Eyeshadow base.
Yeah, eyeshadow base, literally. Can you tell I'm not a makeup artist because I come up with my own terms for what they are? Oh, hilarious. So,
yeah, I'm going to do like a burnt orange sort of shade.
You're going to do a burnt orange. When you kill an eye too, they look fine when you do. I know, but it takes forever for me to do an eye. I'm going to attempt to do an eye today, but I promise you it might not be great because, again, I don't normally do an eye. What I will say is, though, someone said, do you like doing your makeup? So I'll let you answer that. Do you like doing makeup for yourself?
On myself or on other people?
Answer for both.
I love doing makeup for other people. I love it because you get to just meet so many new people and have like conversations, and yeah, I love the people that I meet in doing makeup. On myself, do I love doing makeup? No, I cannot do most of the time. But yeah, no, I mean, on myself, I don't love it on myself as much as I do on other people.
Okay, that's fair dues. Me, do I like doing makeup? I actually do enjoy it. There was a point where my mom was like, why don't you become a makeup artist? I was like, I don't think I'm that good. I don't go that far. I did both my sister's proms makeup, and I like doing it on other people, but it does stress me out a bit because some people are really fussy with makeup, and because I'm not a real professional, I just get anxiety. I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna hate it, and then I'm gonna be really offended. So yeah, like I prefer just doing it on myself. I just like getting done up. That's the truth. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, whether it's me or someone else doing my makeup, like especially when someone else is doing my makeup. So like when Esther did my makeup, I was on 100. Like, I was so excited. Like, I kept trying to take peeks, and I'm so mad there wasn't a mirror because I really wanted to see my face before she had like finished it. And so it was like really hard for me because I was like really in a little fan mode moment. Because she was doing my face, and I was like, this is gonna be so dope. And yeah, but yeah, like I really enjoy getting my makeup done. That's the truth. I'm a bit of a girly girl though, so I really do like. It's in school I was more of a tomboy, which Esther will remember that side of me, always tracksuits and stuff like that. But in terms of just like going more now, you'll more see me made up than you will see me relaxed. And I think that also has a lot to do with now why I struggle not being done up. Because that was my norm for a while. And I'm using, by the way, my eyeshadow palette. Again, I don't do my makeup enough eyeshadow wise. Is Too Faced. It's the Sweet Peach one.
And I use the Huda Beauty palette. And
I'm literally making this up as I go along, so I can't even know what type of eye I'm doing. It's gonna be whatever it turns out to be that doesn't look stupid, basically. So yeah. But yeah, so we talked about foundation. I think one of the things that's really interesting, like I said, for me, I started with my eyebrows, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever had an experience where people like, obviously for me, getting my eyes done, like eyebrows done. I have the same eyebrow woman since I've been 18. Like,
really?
Yeah, the girl that threads my eyebrows, she's in Peckham. Her name is May, and she's been doing my eyebrows since I was 18. Wow. And I probably wouldn't go to anybody else.
No, because you can't play those games, you know.
Right, and I think about how they say your eyebrows frame your face.
100%.
It literally can make or break you know, in the sense of how you're viewed, how you're seen. And so it kind of made me think about vision. So I was kind of praying about this and like just all the different experiences that people may have while we're doing our makeup. And I started to think about how like vision, like how we see ourselves, like it's so important. And like, I felt like one of the things that God really has been working on me is how I view myself, like not being in a place where I allow people to dictate who I am. And like, you know, it's so important because we don't realize how much we take in, like even just people, you know, talking. Like one of my fears of doing my makeup live was, what if someone looks at my face and says, oh my God, what is she doing? Because I've never had to care about anyone seeing how I do my makeup. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a sense, this is so interesting because it's really a space where I'm like, wow, like I'm realizing simple things of how much I care about people's
thoughts
and opinions of me, even down to my makeup. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, who cares? But
like, yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's so hard, especially in the generation that we live in right now, where everything is so like, you know, it's likes, it's comments, it's follow, this, is that, like it's so difficult to kind of just not want to look for any sort of validation whatsoever, because I just feel like everything is centered around validation, like other people's validation. And being in the middle of that can literally make you go crazy, and it can literally make you question every single thing that you do. And it can literally, I don't know, it can literally make you question yourself to the point where you're like, okay, other people don't like what I'm doing, so maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. When actually, maybe God has told you to go on this path or made you this way for a reason, but because of other people's validations, it can literally set you off and put you on the complete wrong path. Complete wrong path.
And I think that's so important, like knowing how much is too much, that how much validation do we look from people. Naturally, we will say to our friends like, hey, do you think my outfit looks cute? Or hey, is this okay? You know, things of that nature. But you're not to the point where you literally don't have any control of what you look like or how you're perceived. Like, all right, we've got a question. It says, at what age did you both start caring more about beauty and fashion?
At what age? Whew.
That's a good question.
Well, I've never cared about fashion. That bit still hasn't dropped yet. So that never dropped. That never came. But I would say beauty. Oh gosh, it was way too early. I started wearing makeup early, like 15. It was ridiculous. It was really silly. And I think it's because I was just very insecure in the way that I looked. I used to really try and use makeup to just hide behind makeup, literally, when I was younger. So I started in school, and then the head mistress would like take me to the side and be like, wipe off your makeup. So that was quite tragic.
And trust me, when I say like literally, they used to walk around with wipes in our school. It was so funny. Like they did not play about, they didn't play that game at all. And for me, I think 13 is when I really started caring about like makeup. I would say that it literally, when I turned 13, I got my first face done by my godmother. Shout out to Auntie Susie, she did my face, and I felt like, oh my God. I was only allowed eyeshadow. Then I had my 15th birthday, and I was allowed a full face. She did my face. You couldn't tell me nothing. I came to church like I was literally the bee's knees. You couldn't tell me a thing. I was on 100, literally 100. And it was one of them ones where I was excited. I was like, boom. So by the time I was 15, I was wearing makeup on special occasions, which basically was church. That's what that was.
No, I could not wear makeup to church until I was like 17, 18, because I wasn't allowed.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it only consisted of special occasions, and special occasions literally was conferences, and conferences literally was only eyeshadow.
Conference growing up, you know.
Huh?
I loved a conference growing up.
Yeah. that was literally a fashion show for us. And I think that's where I started caring about literally when you guys are asking when did I start caring about like doing makeup and stuff, it was conferences, because that's when everyone wore their most favorite outfit. They're like, you came in like, yes. And anyone who knows me from Iraq knows that I show out at conferences. I can't even lie. I'm never gonna try and pretend. I show all the way out. I kind of still do. I've toned it down because fashion has changed. So I don't go as in as I used to, but yeah, I show out really bad. And I wouldn't say it controls me, it's just I enjoy getting done up. Yeah, I wouldn't say like it's gone to the level of I wouldn't say to the level of like, by the way, for concealer, I'm using NARS again. And I also kind of use this one. It's a cheap one, LA Girl. Well, it's not cheap because they try and turn it up in, they try and put it up in the hair shop because they know everyone uses it now. But it used to be like £2. I don't know what it is now, but yeah.
So I think it's more expensive now.
Yeah, they tried it because they knew we were all using it.
I remember
your mum's makeup. Someone's like, have you done your mum's makeup before?
Have you done your makeup?
Yeah.
I've done mine.
I haven't done my mum's makeup. She won't let me. My mum is very simple. She doesn't like makeup like that. And I've been trying to, but I will, trust me. You know when I'm going to do it? Whenever I get married one day, that's the day. I'm making, in fact, I'm going to make Esther do my mom's makeup so she has no choice.
Please. You know, mothers of the bride are the ones that give me the most stress.
I know, but I already told her. I made her, she has to do it. Because my mom is so pretty, and I just want one day, not that makeup makes her more pretty, but I just want one day that she can just see like how makeup actually can just make it bomb.
Power of makeup.
Yeah, so
it's so funny. Makeup is it's a very interesting tool because like sometimes I'm at a wedding in the morning and I'm just like without my makeup on or whatever.
Right.
And the photographers and stuff will obviously be there. They'll see me. They'll video me in the morning, and then I like turn up at the reception and I'm like, "Hey guys," and they're like,
"Yeah." Makeup does do that. Like I've met people without makeup. Like airport. Oh my gosh, when I go traveling and I'm like doing ministry, because I don't wear makeup to the airport most times unless I really feel like I'm in that mood that I want to beat my face. I used to do that. I used to beat my face on the airport on the plane. And I remember one guy, he literally looked at me like this. Because I obviously had no face coming in, came out the plane, like the plane bathroom, and I was dulled. And he was like, what happened? But I remember one time I got picked up and literally I didn't wear makeup that day. And Michaela, who travels me, she had
recognize you.
Huh?
Don't tell me they didn't recognize you.
No, even one better. They didn't just not recognize me. They literally walked up. So Michaela had her face beat. I didn't, because I just didn't feel like it. So she beat her face. I didn't. So they literally walked up to her. Bear in mind, she's like literally, she's more chocolate skin tone. Like we look nothing alike. And they went up to her and literally was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much, Pastor Meeting, for coming." And I literally was like, "What?" I was like, "Well, they didn't look at their flyer." And she was cracking up. And she was like, "Well, actually, I'm just the assistant. This is Juanita Francis." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "It's because I didn't do my face." It is. It literally is because I didn't do my face. And like, it became a bit of a running joke. But yeah, for real. Literally walked up to my assistant.
Wow. Yeah, you know, I'm used to that one. So I don't even take it personal anymore. I'm just like, yeah, sorry.
Oh, I laughed. It was funny to me. I was like, go for it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's just like, sorry, love, this is what you got. This is what you get.
I saw a question. Let me see. It said, would you be comfortable going out somewhere special without makeup?
I personally would.
It depends on what that special is. I'm not going to lie to you. If, like, I'll give you an example. If it's kind of like, I don't know, someone's birthday, I can handle that, I think. I can say I can handle that. But like, say if, for example, I was getting engaged or something, I think I'll be quite mad. I'll be like, "Really? You didn't tell me to put something on my face? Like, why would you do that?" And I would literally call all my friends and be like, "You don't like me. None of you like me."
She let me come out. I mind. What do I mind? I think it depends. If it's like someone's wedding or like I don't mind, but I think it depends. If it's like my birthday or something, then I want to look.
Yeah,
my face.
Literally.
Let me see.
Yeah, that would be. Someone asked another question. What makeup would you use for Youth Takeover? What I'm doing right now, minus the eyes, is literally what I would do for Youth Takeover. So when you guys see me as a youth pastor at Youth Takeover, this is pretty much what I do, but on a faster version, because I have a spirit of not waking up in time to do an hour makeup. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is probably the longest.
Is it your makeup?
Doing my makeup. It's so bad. Like I don't have I have a problem in that area. I'm not gonna lie.
I think you should spend an hour, like literally, to be fair. Probably like this is quite long for me for this look as well.
Really? I would have thought you spent a while on your face.
No, oh my gosh, I don't have
do my face really quickly. I will say that out of a lot of makeup artists, there's 2 makeup artists I've had. The other one's called Blue Artistry, I think her name is. Who she does CC Winans makeup. Ooh. And she did my makeup and it was done in half an hour, maybe less.
Whoa.
And it didn't move. Like as in I could work. I went to bed because I wanted to preserve my makeup. And I went to bed and I slept neat though. I had to take the eyelashes off because that was not me. That was gonna but it didn't move. The next day, all I had to do was add powder just to take the shine off.
Oh my gosh. Stop, don't do what she did, guys. Sleeping in
don't add your skin. Don't follow me. Don't do this. Don't do this at home. Don't do this at home.
I break out insanely when I don't wipe off my makeup. But I've had some clients be like, I slept in this. So
I'm not gonna lie. I slept in your makeup. I absolutely definitely did.
What?
I did.
Crazy.
I just wanted the face though. You know why? Because remember you did my face on a Saturday. Sunday was I'm sure Sunday was the next day. I wouldn't say it was.
Was it a Saturday?
Was it a Saturday? No, it wasn't. It was a weekday. I'm lying. I had something the next day and I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is gonna be great. Yeah, I did. I just topped it up. And that was great because my eyes were done. It's so terrible. I know. Forgive guys. So yeah, I'm just blending some of this stuff in. I put my powder on because Juanita Francis tends to.
My mocha money bronzer. It's on the floor.
What's gonna jack up all of my makeup? Can I tell you what I'm gonna suffer at? And I'm gonna be really open with you guys because I'm not good at this. And what I'm talking about here is eyelashes. I don't typically wear strips. Anyone who knows me knows I don't wear strips. And I've had to learn to do strips again because we're in quarantine and all my eyelashes came out, which they took ages to come out. So kudos to my eyelashes. But when I tell you, this is what makes me late for church without a fail. When I did strips, I mean, I've had to wipe off my entire makeup once because my eyes were watering and it got so bad that the whole thing just was done and ruined. It was so bad. So bad. Like so bad. But one of the things that I really I will say that eyelashes teach me is patience. Because like when you rush it, that's when it goes mad. That's when you're finished. You're literally finished. And I will say that I've learned so much patience. Oh, I saw a comment. Trick for sleeping, just remove foundation and keep the eyes. Oh, I've done that too. I'm horrible. Like I said, don't do none of this stuff at home.
Did you say you do?
Yeah, I've kept the eyes and just taken off the foundation.
Yeah, that's a good tip. You can do that.
Literally. All right. Where am I at? I'm on under eyes.
My Fenty Mocha bronzer.
Ooh. I need a bronzer. That's what I actually do need to get.
Yeah, the one.
As I said, I'm going to book her so that I can literally do this again. So I can actually have the right things and the right equipment, because Juanita's just been doing madness. But what would you say that was a defining moment for you when it comes to like your image and how you see yourself, like where you've really got the freedom just to be you?
Do you know what? I feel like even in my grown adult life, I still feel like I still have moments where I was
gonna ask you, because for me, I don't think I've ever come to that space yet where I'm like, I never ever feel challenged by how I look or how I see. Like I still have those moments.
Yeah, like 150%. I still get that sometimes. I think in terms of like me being confident enough to go out without makeup and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I do have confidence to do that. But then there are still moments where I struggle with how I look. Like I still, I have moments where I'm like, I don't like the way I look. And the thing is, I think for me, it's understanding triggers and understanding certain things. And I think, again, it comes down to foundations and renewing your mind and stuff like that. And when I'm not spending that time renewing my mind and looking at things that are good for me, or like spending those hours scrolling at people that have the most perfect bodies, whether bought or natural, and like the most symmetrical faces or whatever, then I can find myself being like, I don't like the way I look. But when I'm like renewing my mind and understanding that actually God made me and I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, then that helps. I do feel like I have those moments once in a while, but my triggers are when I'm not looking at things that are helping me, or when I'm just comparing myself, or when I'm just not renewing my mind, or like spending enough time God's presence and understanding who He's created me to be and why and all the rest of it. It's so I think I still have those moments, but am I way more confident than I was when I was younger? Way more. I definitely love myself more. But you also touched upon like declarations and like affirmations and like amazing. Like today, I looked in the mirror, I was saying to my husband, I was like, I'm sexy. I'm sexy, and he was just like, okay. But like, like deep inside, I didn't feel it, and that's why I was like, I'm gonna say it to myself because I felt crusty, but I was like, I'm sexy. Right. Just because I was like, I'm gonna tell myself that, and the more you speak positive words to yourself, the more you believe it.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. I think, I've been reading this book called Approval Fix. And at first I was really kind of nervous about telling people that I was reading it, because I didn't want them to feel like, oh, I've got an approval problem, or, like, oh, just because of how it could be perceived. And then I was like, well, clearly you still have an issue because you're so concerned about how people are going to observe you about this book. But why I picked it up was to actually help strengthen my not wanting to have a need for people's approval because of so much that I do in the public eye. And like, I think you talked about it, self-affirmations. Like one of the things that she says that you can say is Approval Fix by Joyce Meyer, by the way. I'll make sure it gets put up on the screen. But she says to say to yourself, God loves me unconditionally and He's pleased with me. So like every morning my reminder comes up and I literally say it over myself, God loves me unconditionally and He's pleased with me. And she talks about how it's so important to affirm yourself and say what God says about you instead of what other people say, and not to hold the things that you've been through as truth, because some of the stuff that we have been through doesn't make us who we are today. And so like one of the things that I think, like you hit on it, is like just constantly reaffirming and saying yourself so that you stay on track. And that's the name of the book. But that's what I do to kind of stay on track and like just constantly kind of say those things over myself, because it's easy to have moments where like, oh my gosh, like, this is not how I feel. And today, like you said, when you have moments, you're like, I don't feel pretty today. Or like you said, you look on social media and you see someone and you think, oh man, like I wish I looked like that. Or, oh my God. Yeah, like literally, it's so easy. And I think especially with things like Instagram, unfortunately, like people like you can look at it, and if you're not careful, you'll just be like constantly thinking to yourself, you don't add up, or everything about you is wrong, or you know, like I remember for me, I hated my nose. And I remember when contour first came out, like, oh my God, it was really bad. I used to contour the like heck out of my nose. Like,
oh my God.
And some people were like, but you still contour your nose. I do, not for those reasons anymore though. And like, I literally, and when I say hated my nose, because I thought my nose was so fat and just, oh my God, like I look like a monkey. It was horrible. And I remember when we met my granddad, because I didn't know we had the same nose. I met my granddad for the first time because he was out of my mom's life when she was young. We met him, and I was like, oh my God. The first thing I said to him, I didn't say hello or anything. It was, we have the same nose. And that became actually a source of like me taking in my nose, because it was like, oh my God, like my nose is the same as my granddad's. And so the thing that I hated now became positive, because it was like, this actually should be something to be proud of, because all this time I've had my granddad's nose and not known it. And now I've met him and he's back in our lives. I can literally walk around and know that we're related because we have the same nose. And although it didn't change my shape, like my nose is still, you know, my nose, I started to draw an affinity from the thing of looking at it from a positive light, which is my nose is not a problem. In fact, it makes me who I am. In fact, it speaks of my legacy. And now my granddad's gone, I can look at my nose all the time and know this is where that comes from.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we have to kind of take on that mindset and not look at it all from a negative perspective, but just like literally say, okay, cool, like this is where this comes from.
150%. And also like, understanding that standards of beauty are like a huge thing as well. I've lost my eyelashes here.
I lost my eyeliner. That's why I'm so behind. When I say do makeup live, it's crazy. Oh, I just can't do it. So I stick to my usual. Janet, I hear you. My auntie's on here, and she literally said she just sticks to her usual because she can't do it. She just can't. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Because I have moments literally that I just do like a really simple face. So I'm using blusher, guys. Mine is called Happy Go Rosy, and it's by MAC. That's my blusher.
I put on a blush as well, but I just put on my an eyeshadow from that same palette. So the same thing that I put on my eyes, I put on my cheeks. That one.
If it works.
Yeah.
Now, blusher for some reason, like it shows up on my face, but it's like I don't like a load of blusher on my face. Like I don't like looking like a clown. So like I put enough just to give my cheeks some, you know, color. Yeah. But yeah, that's for me. Oh, someone said my nose is cute. I love your nose. Thank you. Thank you, Kyan. I appreciate that. What's going to be fun, if you notice, I'm delaying about putting my eyelashes on because I'm really scared. So I feel like I'm about to ruin my entire makeup.
Don't be scared.
Because I literally have only been doing eyelashes for 2 weeks, guys. My eyelashes.
Practice. I
know, but you know what? I got really good at it, but I stopped. I've been wearing singles for what, 2, 3, 4 years now. Maybe when I came to you, remember I had eyelashes already.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah,
we put on extra ones on top of it.
Yeah.
So Forever Golden is the lashes I'm using, and they're called Kindle. I do have a more exaggerated one, but I'm just going to use these because these are the ones that I'm going to be using. Oh, someone says they love us. Love you too, Chanel. Thank you. That's so cute. This is not my preferred tweezer either because I've lost my other one. I have a problem of losing things when I go traveling. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff right now that I can't find, and they're probably in Canada and other states. So if you ever travel behind me, whoever cleans my room is always blessed. Because
just losing things.
It's really bad. This may be my first trip that I've not left something, and I had to literally.
Makeup is. Eyelashes are way too scary for my liking right now. I'm not.
Let me see them. Oh, I like those. Oh, what are they?
They're called Tatty Lashes.
Tatty Lashes.
In the shade TL3.
TL3, tatty lashes. I want those. They'll be good for well, when you're going back to single eyelash, don't lie to yourself. But providing they shut my eyelash lady down, then I'll be doing those for conferences. My problem is I cry too much in church, or I get sweaty and then the eyelashes come off. And then they start doing this like this on the side of your eye while you're leading worship and stuff. And that's embarrassing.
So embarrassing. That is like the worst.
One time, literally, I remember my eyelashes was lifting and my friend was like nudging me. Literally, was like, your eyelashes. And I was like, I know, but I'm on stage. I can't do anything.
Quickly put it off and just...
I literally, no, that's what I ended up doing. I ended up putting them off. I was like, oh, well. And this is a tip. So what I do when I do strips, I always do a black liner right really, really close to where I'm putting the strip. So if I do pull them off, they don't look weird, because what used to happen is I used to do the eyeliner a bit above and then I'd have this gap literally where I took off the eyelash and it didn't look good. So that's my only little tip there. But yeah, and I'm using her glue, the Forever Golden. This glue is actually really good. What glue do you use for your eyelashes?
I use the Duo glue, this one, which has been through a lot.
The Duo, yeah.
Yeah, it's really...
That's my go-to glue. This is the first glue I've used that's not Duo, and I actually do like it. I will say. So again, it's Forever Golden, same whole company. I decided to sew into Forever Golden. Her name's Cheyenne. She's from Birmingham, and she does makeup and she has her own eyelash company. And I was like, I could go to the Indian guy and get mine, not like I normally do. But I was like, let me sew into a Christian company. So that's why. And by the way, I wasn't being racist. The guy is Indian where I get my eyelashes. So before someone says, oh, that wasn't me being facetious at all. Just because I wanted to say that just in case.
Just in case.
I have followers from everywhere and I don't want no one getting the wrong idea. Like, please, you know my heart, guys. But yeah. All right, guys. Wish me luck, everyone. Eyelashes. Jesus. Oh wait, I need to get dry a bit. Oh, her face is so cute. Guys, are you seeing her face? It's so pretty.
Thank you.
So guys, do you have any more questions? I hope you guys are actually doing your face and not just watching us do your face. Because I feel like some of you guys are actually, maybe that's why you're not commenting as much, because they normally comment so much more. But maybe because they do their face too. That would explain it.
They want to hear you preach.
No, not on this live. This is quarantine talk. We don't do that on here.
We don't do that on here.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I might have got this on one take.
Good question, actually.
Okay.
How are you? Because there's so much out there. Yeah, there's so much out there. Everyone has their own style. Let's say doing ministry or whatever it is that they're doing.
Right.
How do you stay secure in your way? Does that make sense?
Say that again. How what?
How do you stay secure in your way, in the way that God has, in what God wants you to do? How do you stay secure in that and not like go left or right and like?
I think it's hard naturally, and that's why I was talking about maintenance. I think the key thing is maintenance, or having people around you that will speak to those sides of you, like making sure that you stay true to who you are. So like, for example, I preach really different. Like I use examples, like even to do this and use this as a mode to preach is weird. Like, or to bring Christian tips out of, like, who does their makeup and starts talking about Christ in the sense of your foundation and, eyelashes and eyebrows. A lot of people don't think about God through simple stuff that we do every day, but I'm very much like that. I'm not really good with reading. I'm good with like seeing God in the simple things, like the birds flying or watching a movie and going, oh my God, that could preach. No one, and my friends be like, really, really, it's just really. But I had to be okay with it because that's who I am. Like, that's the trueness of who I am. And I think the danger is when you kind of don't do that, you then can fall into the trap of being someone you're not. And people know that, especially in this day and age. People can tell when you're not yourself. Like, they can tell. And so, like, maintenance for me is keeping people around me that remind me to be myself, embrace who I am, so I don't feel that I have to be someone else. Because I think a lot of people change who they are when they're around people who don't love who they are.
Yeah.
When you're around people that don't love who you are, I can't believe these are on. Guys, I put my eyelashes on first time. Do you understand? I need you all to say love hearts for that. But yeah, like loving who you are is so important, because when you love who you are, you won't feel you need to change, and be around people that embrace who you are. So those are things I do. Reading that book about approval fix is something I do for maintenance. So I've been reading and looking at the traits that cause people to seek approval. Why do we do that? Like, where does it come from? So like one of the things that she talks about is when you've gone through trauma. So I was abused. I don't know if we've ever talked about this, Esther, but I was abused at 13. And because of being abused at 13, the trauma aspect of it is you start self-hating. You can sometimes look at yourself and say, okay, why did this happen to me? Is there something wrong with me? And the danger with thinking there's something wrong with you is you start to do things that will gain the approval. So like one of the things for me was that I felt I embarrassed my family, and I embarrassed the people around me because I was in the newspapers and people spoke about me in a negative way because of how the newspapers printed things. And I then started to say to myself, I will never let this happen to me again. I'll never embarrass my parents again. And I'm going to talk more about this, but like in another episode. But like for me, it was like, oh my gosh. So I had this, it's a fixation with I've got to be perfect because I did so much damage by being in the newspaper that I have to make sure the next part of my life, my parents don't feel like I've given them a headache. And that's so dangerous, because then you try to be perfect. I want to have perfect grades. If I got bad grades, I didn't have good. That means I wasn't good, or I wasn't enough. And then I started not feeling I was enough, and that affected my relationships. And so I do things that made people want to be around me because I wasn't enough within myself, and that affected my relationships. So when I dated people, I felt like I was never enough. So I would do the most and just try and be the most because I was not enough. And that had to break, like that had to stop. And how it broke for me was I had a meltdown. I had a really bad meltdown, and I went to counseling, and counseling is what helped me comb through those emotions, realizing, hey, being abused is not your fault at all. Like, you did nothing wrong. You were a minor, and there was nothing you did that should invite someone to abuse you. And even if you did, again, that is not your fault, because you wouldn't have known that you were doing it. I had to learn about things like grooming and things that I had no knowledge about, that you don't think about when it's happening, because you're 13. You're not meant to think about those things. And so it took a while for me to get through it. I had great family support. I had great friends. And yeah, so those are like some of the things that helped me to really start believing in myself and staying focused. And I think, you know, like, it obviously you have your moments, like you knowing your triggers, and that was so key, knowing your triggers. So I know for me that I have to be careful what I allow people to, like what I read on social media. You know, being in the public eye, as you know, people can write whatever comments they want, and they don't think about your feelings half the time. They don't think about the fact that you're human or any of that stuff. But I had to literally say to myself, if I see a negative comment, is this true about me? And really process it properly, because sometimes we don't process properly. So you see the comment, you just think, yeah, it's true. And it's like, no, think about what they're saying. Are they saying this based on limited information? And if they are, then you don't take that on. So I don't take in a lot of comments, and that's why, like, if you guys, I try and like them at least, but I don't try and read too much into things, because it can affect you and make you feel horrible, or damage you, or the way you view yourself.
100%.
So yeah, like I think having friends and people around you that love you for you, it helps. And I have friends that will literally, they will check me. Like, if they hear me getting into a space of like self-doubting or not loving my image and things of that nature, they'll be like, hello, like, you're beautiful, stop that. Or
Beautiful.
like quit that. I don't like that. Where's this coming from? Like, they stop me dead in my tracks. And I'm really grateful for that, because I think I would probably struggle with my identity.
Wow.
Yeah. What about you? How do you keep from?
Do you know what? Like, I still feel like this is something that up till very recently I kind of wasn't coping with very well. I think, you know, for me, it's not even that. I wasn't swayed, but I just wouldn't do anything, if that makes sense. Like, I just got to the point where it was like stagnant. I was just stagnant because I was like, okay, if I don't do anything, then nobody can tell me that I'm doing anything wrong.
Right.
So, or no one can judge anything that I'm doing because I'm not doing anything. So for me, it kind of had the opposite. Like, I didn't want to hear people's opinions of me. So I kind of just like,
wow,
died for a very long time. So even though I'm functioning, I was doing makeup and still getting booked to do makeup and all the rest of it, I did absolutely nothing that God had put in my heart to do, because for me, it was that fear of what will people say, what people think. So for me, it was easy for me to just hide in plain sight, like just hide. And I think in this season, this is something that God has really been dealing with me on. And I think even me coming on live and doing like makeup and doing all of that, trust me, Juanita, before I would have been come up with all manner of excuses, like, oh, I can't.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's so interesting because this is so important to like, because I feel we can easily, like, obviously, could have a perception of you being an artist, like, oh, this is something she would just kill and be fine and comfortable. But we always make perceptions based on what we know of people's actual jobs or careers and not really know the actual person that's doing it. Like, I would say to people, I'm extrovert, but I have introvert tendencies, and people laugh at me. I mean, laugh at me because, like, yeah, right, you an introvert, where, what part, in what setting? And then I'll say, I'm confident with people I know, but put me in a room where I don't know anyone, I'm going to sit in a corner, literally. And that, like, anyone who knows me knows that side of me, but it's like insane that people would just think, no, she would never have that experience, she would never be like that, just because of what I do, because I preach and I'm in a mic and all of that. And I say to people, it's so much more different. And I still get nervous. People don't see that side of it. So to hear you say that, it's quite encouraging, because I'm like, I would have never believed that you'd find something like this, like, daunting, because it's like, mom, you do your face all the time, you're gonna kill it. Me, on the other hand, I'm like really trying hard, like, Juanita, come on, you can do this.
This quarantine season has been a bunch of Esther coming out of her shell and like God like pulling me out and like taking me out of that comfort zone that I've lived in for so long. I call it stagnancy hill, mate. I pretty much lived there, just comfortable on top of stagnancy hill. I've never left the house. But God, this isn't a pencil that I usually use, but for some reason I cannot find my chestnut pencil on this messy table.
Yes, when I say that chestnut pencil is life, I haven't got it yet, because I got it and yeah, left it as quick as I got it, so we won't talk about that. I'm still quite hurt by it, but chestnut, get the chestnut pencil. Today I'm using one from MAC, and I can't remember the name of it because it's that it's like a brownie purple color, and I can't remember. It's really popular because said it again.
Is it Current?
Yeah, current. That's it. Yeah, so that's the one I'm using today. Because, as I said, I lost the other one.
I really not, because this lip gloss I'm going to wear is not going to go well with this lip liner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, this is not right. This lip.
And I think this is so important, because people don't realize, like, makeup doesn't always go right. Like, I've beat my face once and literally go, this is horrible. And just like, I don't have time to leave though and do it again. And just have to suck it up. Oh, someone's got a question. This is great. Do you follow beauty influencers on YouTube socials? If so, who are your favorites? So I'm going to be honest with you. I don't follow anybody, like, apart from Esther, literally. And that wasn't even because of her makeup. Because she's like, we went to school together and I like her. So that was literally it. I'm really horrible at going on like YouTube and watching what I don't do that. And I don't know why I don't. Like, I'll research for what I need. Like, if it's like, hey, no, live your best life. If it's like, I want to learn how to remove my eyebrow hair from home, I'm going to Google that, and whatever influencer comes up first, that's what I use. So I don't really follow like major ones. I do watch some of, okay, I'll say this. I do watch a bit of Bethel Brown.
Yeah.
like now and again. But again, I'm not like an avid. Anytime it comes on, do I even watch it all the way through? No. Sometimes I skip. Like I'm really horrible for stuff like that. So the answer for me is no. But I do enjoy watching them when I do watch them, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
What about you?
Because I don't have the right lip liner and it's just throwing everything off.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But we're just gonna have to.
I like it.
So I like, you know, I watch a bit of YouTube. I like Bethel Brown. I like Patricia Bright. I like Jackie Aina. But what I will say is I wish there were like more Christian women on YouTube. Like Bethel's a breath of fresh air on YouTube because, you know, she gives you different topics and wisdom and the word and all that kind of stuff. So that's nice. So I do think it would be nice if we had more, you know.
I feel like I hate that you said that because I know all my friends are going to text me and go, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Because like I've been like really targeted about, would you ever do like being an influencer, like doing more beauty stuff? Because I don't really let a lot of my personal life out there. This is quite new for people to see. Probably why people are quite intrigued by this in general, because I just don't do this like at all. And so I know everyone's going to be like, did you listen to what she said? And I'm like,
honestly, I do think that is needed because you can just get clear messages. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like clear positive messages. And I just feel like right now that's just what there's a lot of Christian women that need. There needs to be Christian influencers, you know?
I don't know. I guess it's the name that really kind of got with me because I was like,
it's the influencers, the word influencers that throws
in, yeah. And it's like, oh my God, that means I have to do video and then it has to be edited a certain way. And I don't even have that kind of time. Like it's so interesting. Like, yeah, I guess. Hey, Deborah, darling. So my friend is like, hi. But yeah, like I find it really hard. I think it's the name that puts me off. I like because people are like, oh my God, I wish you would do like take us on the road with you. And I would love to do that. Like, I have no problem like filming when I reach out or vlogs and stuff like that. But it's just like, I don't know. I think it's the title of it. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna pray about it because I haven't even really thought about it.
Pray about it. And if you feel like that's something that God is leading you to, then why not? Maybe not the name influencers, but I just feel like, you know, like cute videos like makeup, fashion, but from like a Christian perspective, that's
the thing. I guess because I don't really deem myself as a fashion person. Like, I love clothes. I enjoy dressing up, but would I say I'm fashion forward? I don't know.
I'm not.
I really don't count myself.
I try and do fashion videos. This was me trying to do. I thought, oh, this looks cool. Like, let me just wear my little kimono thing. But I am very aware that this is not like fashion. But I'm cool with it though.
And that's it. That's the key thing too. I'm chill with it. I think for me, I'm a person that yeah, I don't really. I wouldn't say I'm fashion forward. I was like, when I do really big engagement stuff, I use a stylist. So it's like,
wow, I've never had a stylist in my life.
I never had one, and I was against it initially because I was like, it's gonna make people think I'm being grand, and I'm not. I just don't have the time sometimes to figure out like what I should wear for certain engagements. And my music mentor, Miranda Curtis, she was like, I'm gonna introduce you to someone, she'll help you. And I was like, okay. And she's like, she's around your age. And we became actual friends first.
I remember you calling her at the shoot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. So she'll be like, yeah, this will be good for this will be good for that. And it kind of helps because I don't like packing. And yeah, she helps me rein in my thoughts. Because if it's up to me, I'll have 5 outfits in a bag for one day because I don't know which one's going to work. And that's not really realistic. Not when you're traveling.
Me, I'll have one outfit that I would want to wear over 3 days.
Yeah.
Not cute.
Well, I'm on gloss now. I think I'm almost done.
This is my
This is my face. I feel like my eyes is not that bad.
Your eyes are good. They're probably better than mine. Like, mine are just so basic.
This eye is a little. Oh, it's gonna annoy me too. Guys, I'm gonna be so dolled up for 5 a.m. prayer because I'm not taking this off. Eyes, it's this one, yeah. That would be even. There we go. That was gonna annoy me. Oh yeah, so this is my face.
It's mine.
Your face is gorgeous. So guys, do you have any more questions before we kind of oh, I've got makeup on my headscarf. I was like, why is it white?
The fact that we're just gonna wipe all of this off right now is really
I'm keeping this on. I'm keeping this on. I'm gonna sleep like this till 5 a.m. prayer. And then when they ask why is my face dulled up, literally. So this is my face. Obviously, I didn't even do face fix spray.
Oh, I use this one, Continuous Mist by Morphe.
All right, so I'm not putting loads on because we're not going anywhere. I use Urban Decay all night. And again, I don't know what your one is. What's that?
Morphe.
Continuous
Setting Mist. It's good.
All right. See, guys. The reason why I use this is, again, like I said, most of my engagements, I preach and do a lot of, I sweat in my face. I'm not really a sweat all over person, but I will sweat quite a bit on my forehead. So I like to use something that I know my makeup is not going to move, because when you finish preaching, you can't tell someone, oh, can I just touch up my makeup? Like, they don't see that as a reason. So I always want to have a face sorted so that if I get pulled off the stage for whatever reason, like, can you take a picture, can you do an interview, my face is somewhat decent for whatever that looks like. Sometimes they give me a chance to just touch it up with my powder, but that's not always guaranteed. So yeah. They said we look beautiful. We look lovely. Thank you. I love Urban Decay. Urban Decay is life.
I use that as well. I use that on my clients.
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And just us doing our face and talking about image and all those kind of great stuff. I don't know if any of you guys have any questions now that we're not moving and pretty much finished. I can't believe I did my face live. I feel like this is such an accomplishment.
Oh.
I did pretty well. My first timer.
People go back to me and the makeup artist, or is Esther the makeup artist?
No. Juanita Francis is definitely not the makeup artist. I promise you that much.
Okay, it's good.
I would be the one pulling down people's eye like, excuse me.
Good, trust me, it's good.
Thank you.
Good.
So yeah, if you guys have any questions, let us know and we'll answer those for you. And then we'll just do our final thoughts for today. Like, any final thoughts? Impressed at getting the lashes on first time. Listen, I don't know if it's someone praying for me, because I promise you, anyone who knows me knows I've been late to church because of eyelashes.
Wow.
Because of eyelashes. I've given up and just said, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to church with no eyelashes. So yeah. Thank you both for your transparency. Much appreciated. You guys are beautiful. Oh, thank you. That was the goal. Today was really just like a fun thing. I've never done anything like this. Everyone keeps saying, can you do something more like where we get to see your personality and stuff? Hopefully you guys have got to see that. And yeah, we just wanted to kind of just encourage people about with their image and how they view themselves, and just, yeah, so that you guys can see, like, at the end of the day, everyone is beautiful. We're all made in God's image. And, you know, it's a journey. I think it's really easy in seasons like this to create this myth that we are all perfect and we all don't struggle or have moments. Let me tell you, we have moments with the best of you all. And so hopefully you guys have felt encouraged and inspired. And yeah, like, it's been really, really cool. I guess there's no questions because I've kind of dragged it out as long as I can now. But what's your, like, final thoughts in terms of
what I want to tell
tell people, and it can be anything.
You know what? I just feel like it's the generation that we are in. It is very difficult to just be so in love with yourself, because it is, you know, based on validation, a lot of that. But I just think have a firm foundation. The closer, I feel like, not even the closer you get to God, but the more you understand, like, you know, that your identity is in Him, it makes it easier to deal with certain insecurities. And I think just be really careful what you watch, what you listen to, you know, be careful what you're letting in your eye gate. Like, just be careful, because that can almost be a trigger, and it can make you almost compare yourself. And yeah, just be very careful what you're looking at. Make sure you're looking at positive things, you know, things that help you to renew your mind, not things that are making you compare yourself or think less of yourself. Be careful what you look at, be careful who you surround yourself with. And yeah, that's what I would say. And everyone is beautiful, and everyone is uniquely made and fearfully and wonderfully made. Like, trust me, you're probably thinking, oh, look at my face, and there's someone next to you thinking, oh, like her. Do you know what I mean? So just learn to love yourself. And yeah. And the way created you. It's hard, it's easier said than done, but the more you renew your mind and you tell yourself positive things, tell yourself, hey, I'm sexy. Hey. Listen, I'm telling myself, and
I love it. I love it.
I still don't feel sexy, because I've never felt sexy. I feel more like cute. So like, I'm trying to feel like more like, I tell myself, to my husband, look, I'm sexy, you know, and he just laughs at me. I'm literally just telling myself positive things, and the more you start to tell yourself these positive things, it's crazy how it works, but the more you believe it.
Yeah, I think you hit so much stuff. I think it's so important. And like, obviously the scripture talks about life and death is in the power of our tongue, and the fruit thereof, which basically, like, in simple layman's term, we digest what we say. So the thing is, if we constantly are speaking positively, we become those very words that we say. And that's why, like, in the beginning, for those who are kind of just coming in, hey Charlotte, and we're talking about image and all the things that help us to become who we are. The thing is, if we keep speaking those things, get in that mirror, say you're beautiful, you're lovely, makeup or no makeup, whatever your truth is, because some people don't wear makeup, and that's absolutely fine, and are gorgeous. Like, I always think about Megan Good, like, she doesn't wear makeup all the time, and her skin is just like how she wears no makeup. To me, is just beautiful. And I think it's just owning who you are, whatever that looks like. And like she said, just getting on a journey and looking at ourselves. Like we talked today about the foundation, knowing that our foundation is sure. What is that? The word of God. What does the word say about us? He says that we are fearfully, as she said, wonderfully made. He said that we're made in his image and his likeness. And we would never call God ugly. We would never say he's ugly. So why do we call ourselves ugly if we're made in his image? He didn't make any mistake in making us. And it doesn't matter what you've been through up until this point, what you've gone through up until this point, that doesn't dictate. I say it all the time. Your current situation does not dictate your future. It doesn't dictate where you're going or where you're heading up. And so, like, I always say to people, like, your current condition is not your conclusion. So where we are today is not necessarily where we're going to be. And even in this quarantine, like, we're stuck, yes, all these different things. There's so many questions. We're so unsure in so many different ways. But what we are sure about is God. What we are sure about is his word. And that's like our roadmap. That's like when she put her foundation on first. And you know what, like, even just for the simple fact that I want to put my foundation on first, just because of what it means to me now, like, oh my gosh, before I ever do anything on my face, I would put my foundation on first, because it's so important and it makes such a difference. And, you know, like we talked about earlier, then we go to our eyes, like our vision, how we see ourselves, what are we looking at, what are we taking in? The same way we stop kids from watching certain programs because we know that it's not for their age bracket or it's too advanced. Like, we've got to do the same thing with ourselves. Like, why are we watching things that we know we struggle with? Or why are we watching things that are going to affect our soul and affect how we view ourselves? If you know that watching Kim Kardashian is going to make you hate yourself, stop watching it. Like, just do the things that are going to feed your actual soul, feed positive light. And so that might be, like she said, watching Christian influencers or watching a preacher or watching something that you know is you're going to come out feeling better. And I think also, like, for me in self-image in my journey, like I said, counseling was a big help for me. And just, again, like, the circle you're in, I think yes, we're all fighting different things, but when we're in a positive circle, people that constantly say to you or check in with you and make sure that you're not doubting yourself or you're not, thinking bad of yourself. Like I said, when I was talking to my friend about doing this with you, Esther, and he literally said to me, he's like, you could do this, like, and I was like, are you sure? Like, I don't know, like, I'm not one of those influence type people that do these kind of stuff. Like, people are gonna engage, are they all gonna log off? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had like so many apprehensions, like, how is this gonna turn out? And then like he was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Like, why am I doing that to myself? And even some of my other friends, Juanita, what are you doing? And I really started to realize how it was getting in my mind. And I was like, okay, Juanita, this is what God put in your spirit. Do it. You don't know who this is going to minister to or who will see this and encourage. And everyone's not going to listen to me preach. Someone will listen to us because we did our makeup.
Yeah.
Like, who's not saved. Like, someone who's not saved could have come on here today and say, oh, I love Queen Hadassah. I'm going to watch this. And I'll come out thinking, you know what, I might actually try this Christianity thing. I might give it a try. So if you're on here, like by say you don't even know about Christ by any chance, like, it's the best decision you can ever make. And I hope that you've been encouraged. And I just want to encourage you that all the experience you may have had of Christianity up until this point, it doesn't have to frame your future. God will meet you right where you are. This is the perfect time because quarantine has taught all of us that a relationship goes way beyond four walls of a church. It's about what happens in your heart. And so if this is you, where you're saying like, oh my gosh, like, can you just like lead me to Christ? I'm going to do a simple prayer because I never know who may watch this. And I want to just give that opportunity. So all I want you to say is, dear Lord, thank you for coming into my life. Thank you for changing my life. I accept that I've made some mistakes and I need you to be my savior. Come into my heart and make me new. And you just literally have said the simple prayer and you seal it by saying amen.
Amen.
And the Bible shows us by faith, we are saved. And it's that simple. The next thing I would just say is try and connect with a church or someone just to help build you up, or someone else who may be a Christian. You can follow myself, or you can follow Queen Hadassah on her social media handles, and you'll be able to kind of see some of the things we post. But follow someone, connect with someone. If you want to connect, you can connect with my church. It's ruachcitychurch.org. You can say that you just got saved, and you can literally put in your details, and you can go to discipleship, which we do, where we kind of help you, give you all the ins and outs, like, about Christianity, all your questions, they answer it. It's really, really good. So I just want to say that, and I just wanted to say thank you, Esther, so much for taking time out to do your face with me.
Thanks for having me. It's been really amazing.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, it's been so much fun. And I pray that you guys who are saved have been blessed, have been encouraged. And I don't know, this has just been so really cool and so like encouraging. Like, some people are saying that they've enjoyed it. So again, please, what I want you to do as we're going to log off is I need you to do me a big, big favor, and I'll get Bernard to write this in. Tag us on social media with your face, and I want you to like put hashtag quarantine talk on your story, and you can tag us. Mine is Juanita Francis and hers is the Queen Hadassah. Tag us both so we can see your faces and we can post it, because obviously we can't see your faces. I would have loved to have all of you on here, but we couldn't do that. So tag us. I want to see what your face looks like. Did you get any tips from us that you took and did? Preferably more Esther than me, because I was doing my own thing.
No, good. And you actually explained it like a proper YouTuber. You explained.
Really? Thanks. Maybe I might do a vlog on my makeup one day. Who knows?
Yeah.
Seriously, guys, make sure you tag us in your pictures with your faces. Take your selfies, getting that good light. And again, thank you, Esther, so much for being on here. It's been a complete joy. I'm going to give you the rest of your night back so your hubby doesn't get mad with me. No, my hubby's not getting mad with me. I'm just saying that as a joke. But no, for real, she's absolutely beautiful in the inside and out, and I'm just so grateful. And again, if you do want to follow her for makeup, obviously probably not in quarantine. I'm not sure how it will work going forward, because we're all in these unsaid stuff. But going forward out of this, please do hit her up. She's absolutely amazing at what she does. She does weddings. She does. I think you do everything really, innit? Events. Tell us a bit about what you do so they can know like what they can hit you up for.
Everything like weddings, shoots, birthdays, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so everything makeup. Do you do lessons?
Yeah, I do lessons.
Okay, are you doing lessons now? Because I don't want to say go get your lessons.
Lessons.
Okay, so guys, she's doing lessons. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get myself a lesson. How about that? So go and so how do they get in touch with you? Is it on
Instagram?
Instagram. So guys, Instagram. What's your email?
Instagram, so they can just.
Okay, so go on Instagram and you'll see her email and email her, and you can book your lessons and get to know how to do your face, and you know, so that when you turn up to the parties, they'll be like, "Did you get your makeup done?" And you're like, "No, it was me. I was talking about the Queen Hadassah. Do you see this? Do you see this?" So yeah, go on Instagram. I promise you will not be disappointed. And as you've seen, her personality is amazing, so it makes it so much more a great journey. I would say it's always great to get your face done by someone who's nice, because it just makes the experience so much better. Like, you'll be surprised, trust me. It's just so much more enjoyable. Like, isn't it? Like, and she's giggly and she's funny and she's quirky, so it makes the whole thing just so much more cool. So trust me, you'll enjoy it. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you again for being on here. And yeah, I'll see you again on Friday. Friday, I have quarantine talk with a professional psychologist, and we're going to be talking more about my testimony. As I said, I'll talk about more about it later. So we're going to be talking about my testimony, and it's called Trauma Therapy and Triumph. I think that's what I named it. So it's going to be amazing. I've got a great guest, and we're going to really be dealing with the real truth of what I went through with my abuse. I'm going to be chatting it out, probably cry as well, but it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. So again, please do not miss it. Make sure you coming on Friday at 9 o'clock. It's going to be amazing. And thank you again. Love you all. Bye.